What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Dance TV. Y'all know what it is. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe to this video and to my channel. I would love to have you as a regular. So today we're going to talk about a few things. I am on vacation. Yes, my location has changed. I am on vacation, child. I am in Thailand, but I decided to do a little bit of work because I just feel like I needed to get y'all some content. The reason why I have been late recently was because I was traveling and it took me a little bit of time. But anyway, I'm here. I am here. I'm tired. My body clock is not functioning properly, but who cares about me? Let's get into these topics, right? Let's get into these topics. So we're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to talk about DDG, Haley, Joe Buddens. We're gonna talk about who else? R. Kelly. We're gonna talk about Drea Kelly and her new book, or whatever the case may be is. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some P. Diddy's information. This is gonna be a quick, simple 1, 2, 3 video that we're just gonna talk about some things. So y'all already know how I roll. We're gonna start off with light, but not really light. I got a few videos, and y'all can if y'all stay to the end, y'all gonna see most of the videos. I got a few videos. I got a few videos for y'all. But the first thing we're gonna start off with is a 24-year-old Atlanta man arrested and charged with attempted SA of a sleeping stroke patient while he was high on crack. So y'all already know my saying, it's gonna be all men until there's no men, because I've seen a bunch of tragically ending stories for a few women just this week, but I didn't want to put them all in this video because I hate doing that, and I hate making it about that, and I just hate making a lot of video, bringing all of that. So I'll bring 1 or 2 stories here and there, but until y'all get the point, it's gonna be all men until no men. And until the women get the point too, it's gonna be all men until no men. It is what it is. But this man on my screen, I saw it, and I have the video after explaining what happened. He broke into Grady Hospital. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, y'all already know I'm in the Atlanta area. Grady Hospital, last year, there's a lot going on about Grady. I'll say that for one. There's a lot going on about Grady. Grady needs to either shut down, move location, whatever. That's just my opinion of the hospital and the situations that happen at the hospital. But really, Grady there's a problem at Grady Hospital that needs to be solved. Something's going on. Either there's lack of security, like something is going on. The people don't care. The staff don't care. It's something going on at Grady that needs to change, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Last year, I think last year or the year before last, there was an entire pum activity going on with emergency patients. This family, they got into it outside the hospital, came to the hospital, got into it again. Now, remind you, they're family, and they puming at each other, and a casualty happened. And I'm just like, what is happening? They literally in the parking lot of the ED, they going back and forth. A family at Grady Hospital, to the point where the whole area had to be evacuated. It was crazy. There's a lot of crazy things that happen at Grady. So this incident as well happened at Grady. This man on my screen broke into the hospital. I don't know how he got past security. How did that happen? I don't know. He got past security, got into the elevator, was doing crack in the elevator, then wandered into this lady's room. She was a recovering stroke patient. She had a stroke. She recovered. She was unconscious for a little bit, and God only woke her up to find this man, 24 years old, stand like on top of her in a KED, about to get it in on her, talking about he didn't know what he was doing. He was high on crack. Child, what? That's what we doing? 24 years old in 2024? There's still active crackheads in 2024? I don't get it. I don't see how it's still an active crackhead in 2024, especially growing up in the like the 80s, where in New York, where all of that stuff was like heavy, it was serious, it was a thing. We still have active crackheads in 2024, and he was only 24. And then on top of that, she screamed. By the grace of God, she woke up, she screamed, and a nurse heard her, came in, tried to fight the guy off. By the time security got there, he had escaped from the hospital. So he's on the loose in Atlanta because Grady Hospital security wasn't able to accost this man or capture this man. Ladies, first of all, if you're in the Atlanta area, be careful, be mindful, just be careful. But ladies, in the Bronx, I didn't put this story on, but in the Bronx, another man got busted using this lady's credit card that he had unalived several hours prior to for him getting caught using her credit card in the Bronx. Just last week. I just didn't want to put the story up because I was just like, I don't want this video to be doom and gloom. It is what it is, but I just need y'all to be aware, like hyper vigilant, be very aware of what's going on, be very aware of your surroundings at all times, because again, it's all men until it's no men. Period. Y'all already see that guy who is 40 something years old he unalived that 13-year-old girl. I keep talking about it because she was pregnant with his child, and he was trying to cover it up, the fact that he was doing that. And not only did he do that to her, he did it to several other little girls, to the point where he gave his 4-year-old daughter a STD, like all kind of stuff. And it's all men until there's no men, and y'all have to understand that. Okay, so that's that.
Say tried to sexually assault a stroke patient at Grady Memorial Hospital. The man told police he was high on crack. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live outside Grady, working to find out how the man got past security. Michael.
And Linda, as soon as I found out about what happened inside Grady, I immediately reached out to hospital officials trying to find out how could something like this happen and what security measures are now in place to prevent anything like this from happening again. They declined to answer those questions, citing the ongoing investigation. But I can tell you tonight, talking to former patients and people who have loved ones there, they are upset and they're demanding answers.
I'm a woman. That's terrifying. Nobody should be able to just walk in like that and go anywhere. That's not right.
Terrifying and shocking. Those are just some of the words that these two women used to describe the attempted sexual assault that Atlanta police say happened last Friday inside a patient's room at Grady Memorial Hospital.
So my question is, where was security?
APD says this man, 24-year-old Shaman Pierce, walked into Grady on Friday afternoon, then hopped onto an elevator where he started smoking his crack pipe in front of several nurses. The nurses reported what happened to security, but that's when police say Pierce slipped into the room of a 47-year-old woman who was recovering after suffering a stroke. When the patient woke up, witnesses say she found Pierce naked and on top of her, and as she tried to fight him off, the two fell to the floor. One of the nurses heard the fall and rushed into the room where she found Pierce attempting to sexually assault the patient. Pierce managed to escape from the room, and surveillance video recorded him hiding in a hospital trash can where he put on a used hospital gown, then ran from the building until police arrested him under a bridge. Now, I've reached out to Grady because I want to know how this could have happened, especially when the hospital has its own security team. I've also asked if they've implemented any new security measures that could help prevent this from happening again, but a spokesperson declined to answer my questions, citing the ongoing criminal investigation. Do you think that Grady should answer to this?
100%. That happened in your building. That's your responsibility. Your patient safety is your job.
All right, so get this, on the same day as that attack, we also learned that an accused killer actually escaped from Grady. In fact, at this moment, he remains on the run. I reached out to Grady. They told me, spokesperson, the arresting law enforcement agency's responsibility is to watch the inmate. We've learned that the suspect was under the custody of the Atlanta City Detention Center when he escaped from custody here at Grady Hospital. We are live in downtown.
Police arrested a man who they say tried to sexually assault.
But let's move on to another topic at hand. So, Drea Kelly, I'll put it up there. Drea Kelly, the ex-wife of R. Kelly, is dropping a tell-all book. She dropped a link saying that she was dropping a tell-all book for what? Ma'am, for what? One, I don't understand why you still keeping this man's last name. And only thing I could think of that you're still keeping his last name is because you want to remain relevant in the industry. But why do it using his last name? A lot of people know you for your dancing. A lot of people for your choreography. A lot of people know you for that stuff. Why would you still keep his last name? It's questionable, ma'am. Just come to the front because it's questionable. And I don't understand what's going on with you, miss. Secondly, to drop a tell-all book now in this day and age, in this climate, you knew a lot of the stuff that was going on already. So why do we, first of all, do you care that she's dropping a tell-all book? I don't really care that she's dropping a tell-all book because you were present for some of the things that was happening. You were present for some of those things. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because there's no way that you didn't know this things was going on. Some of the stuff was going on in your own house. So how did you not know? Like, how does that work? I'm trying to figure that out. And why would you drop a tell-all book now? Like, you telling all of what? R. Kelly has already been arrested. He's in jail. He's been in jail for the last, 2 years. What you telling that you didn't tell before, that you should have told before? Why would you drop it in a book? Who's gonna buy this book? Like, I gotta buy Eve's book, because that's something that I actually want to read, because there's not too much of a scandal surrounding her. I actually like her character, but for some reason, Drea Kelly's character to me is very, very questionable. And I don't understand why now, of all times, you would drop a tell-all book after everything that's happened and you were privy and present to most of it, when you should have came out a long time ago, or even come out and told the police. Like, I don't understand. Enlighten me. And I don't need your book to enlighten me, because I don't want to read it now. I would have preferred you to tell it back then when it was happening, so that it could be prevented. But that's just my thoughts and my 2 cents on the situation. I don't understand why you waiting until now. It's not like you were scared for your life. You was vocal so many years. You've been out and about, out in the public, bumping uglies and rubbing noses with celebrities for a long time. Why didn't you say something then? Is it going to be a tell-all book about what he's done to you? Or you making statements saying that you didn't know that all of this stuff was going on? Is that what it's going to be about? Because I'm a little bit confused that you would drop a tell-all book now and the chips have already fallen. I don't see the relevance. Again, she is constantly trying to be in the limelight, constantly trying to stay relevant. She posting videos, prancing up and down the street, strutting her bony little tail. And she was in, what's that Bold and the Beauty or something like that. She was in that as well. Like, what, ma'am? Go sit down somewhere. You $1 late and a dime short. Like, get out of here. It's already too late for all of that. He's already been arrested. He's already in prison. We've already found out a majority of the stuff that he's been doing with these young girls in these cases. Why didn't you come forward when that tape dropped back in the day of him? Why didn't you come forward then? I'm just questioning the authenticity of why she would decide to choose now in 2024, after the chips already fell, to come out and write a tell-all book. I'm perplexed. That's all I'm saying. Literally all I'm saying. I don't understand why. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand why you would do that now. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't understand. Seriously. So I'm not here for it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to hear it. But I'm gonna write what y'all wrote. She says, "I'm a beast and a butterfly. God said it is so. The time has come to disrupt the deception. For years, people have spoken on my life without knowing anything about me. How crazy it is to speak on someone you never met or had a conversation with as fact. Well, the time has come to speak out without fear. No more forcing a smile to get through the pain of being me. No more be nice to please an unpleasant world. My book is going to set so many free, and if you have a problem, it's not with me. Take it up with God." This is his will, and it is so. Again, nobody cares. I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. Y'all drop that in the comments and let me know if y'all care, because I really don't care about her tell-all book. I don't care, honestly. I don't want to read it. I don't really care. So let's move on. So we're gonna get to DDG. So I'm sure it's over the weekend. You guys have heard that DDG and Halle kind of like split. Halle is mom's the word. You know, we haven't really seen anything. She quietly deleted him off of her Instagram, off of her Instagram after he made a post and announced it. But she's not really saying anything, and I don't really see her ever saying anything. She didn't really say much, but he is very, very vocal about the situation. He dropped a statement. I'm gonna post it and then I'm gonna read it. He said, "Dear friends and supporters, after much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Halle and I have decided to go our separate ways. This decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us. I cherish the time we've spent together and the love we've shared. Despite the changes in our relationship, our love for each other remains deep and true. We are still best friends and adore each other. As we focus on our individual journeys and our roles as co-parents, we cherish the bond we've built and the beautiful moments we've shared. As we navigate this transition, we ask for your understanding and support. Thank you for your love and encouragement, DDG." That's what he dropped a while ago. Thanks to Lovely T. He dropped that. And, you know, a lot of people are cheering. A lot of people are, celebrating. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, it is what it is. People have been telling Halle and warning Halle for a while, particularly me. I really feel like this is just how I feel about this kid, and I felt about it for a long time, and I'm just going to drop my 2 cents in. And I think that he is a clout chaser. I think he's been chasing the clout for a long time. His life is public. Everything is public. I didn't understand why they got together, but that's not none of my business. You attract who you attract. The laws of attraction is very tricky. I don't understand them. You attract what you attract. It is what it is. It happened, right? She made The Little Mermaid. He put out a track, and literally it was crazy how he was talking about her in the track. Did X, Y, and Z happen? Everything that happened in her life is because of him. Everything, every exposure, every leak, like everything in her life that we know about is happening because of him, right? They was low key. We don't really even know her as much for the girl, the first black Little Mermaid, or being Halle and Chloe, or being on Grownish. We don't really talk about those things about her, and it's kind of disturbing for me because those are her legacies. That's where she started from. We don't even talk about the fact that, not much anyway, but that, these 2 young ladies are signed to Beyonce. And they are very creative and talented, both of them. I'm not going to take any of that away. But we don't really talk about that. All of those things are overshadowed by her relationship with him and the things that's going on with her relationship with him. So we kind of cut out all of the good qualities of her. And not saying he's a bad quality, but what I'm saying is those good qualities of her accomplishments and her achievements and what her legacy is overshadowed by the relationship with him, right? Whether you like her with him, whether you don't like her with him, whatever the situation is, right? We didn't know. Everybody speculated the fact that she was pregnant. Okay, they got together. Everybody speculated the fact that she was pregnant. Then Christmas time, he dropping little stuff. They dropping little videos. All of this, him and his family dropping little videos and, pointing towards the fact that she's pregnant. They having a baby, or they had a baby, this, that, and the third, correct? That was on him. Then after that, you texted your ex-girlfriend because y'all got into an argument, and she knew about it, but at the end of the day, is that a good thing. It's toxic, right? You drop that information, you let that information go, so you therefore more reducing her character even more, correct? To the point where you gave this ex-girlfriend ammunition to come out and be like, oh, your man is still in my DMs. It's crazy, right? This is what all the things that we know about. I'm just talking in general, even before we get to this point, the breakup. We're talking in general, right? Now you have a baby. You wanted to keep your baby private. This man is posting this baby all over the internet. You really even post a video. Your sister, y'all really even post stuff about the baby, but yet all we see is his content about the baby, to the point where I think the other day I was scrolling on TikTok and I think it was his mother who posted a video of the baby. Everybody is making content with this baby, and you are very low-key and private. We don't really know much about you. We didn't know much about you before you started dating him. You see where I'm going? Y'all see where I'm going with this? It's crazy that this is what it's become, right? So now you get on the internet. He announces the breakup. Then a text comes out saying that, he's not. I think I captured it. I'll post that too. I think he is not something hurt. He not hurt. He something. And the head game was weak and this and this and that, right? Right? So that leaked, and he said that somebody hacked his phone, that he didn't leak that, which I very much think he did. I think he did. I don't care. That's just my opinion. I just think he did. Because it's ironic that text gets leaked out and somebody hacked your phone, but no other time nobody hacked your phone. It's all right. I believe that he did. It is what it is. That's just my opinion and my thoughts. You agree or not agree, it's fine. So then after the leak of the text, then we get him having a conversation with his homeboys. This conversation is recorded and leaked too. He's giving his 22-year-old self some advice, but yet you're 23 years old. So you're only 1 year older than you would give your 22 years old. So the advice was to don't date or get into a relationship and hustle and do what you need to do, because he felt like his relationship was a part-time job. Now, y'all know in the past that he said he doesn't like work 9 to 5, which is fine. I don't like to work a 9 to 5. It is what it is. But your relationship is a full-time job. It's not a part-time job. It's a full-time job. For you to say that your relationship was a part-time job, that means you was only putting in half the effort that it actually takes to be in a relationship. Because a relationship is work. A relationship is full-time. Being a parent is work. Being a parent is full-time. If you felt like, and you wanted to give your 22-year-old self some advice, and you felt that the relationship shouldn't have happened, then you shouldn't be doing relationship things, especially relationship things that would lead to a baby. Right? Because at the end of the day, y'all break up. Yes, now she's a solo parent, and she's left holding the bag. The bag would be the baby. If you didn't want to be in a relationship and you felt that the relationship was a part-time job and it was a lot of work and this, that, the complications that come with all of these things that comes with a relationship, then you shouldn't have been doing relationship things that leads to a person. Because when you do relationship things that leads, the outcome is eventually maybe a little person running around, it's a lot. And it complicates things even more. And instead of your 23-year-old self telling your 22-year-old self that, you should have been telling yourself that I'm a hustle, I'm gonna make this money, I'm a content creator, I make a lot of money doing X, Y, and Z. I could date around, but I'm not gonna get held down. You should have came to terms with that. And I assumed that you slid in her DMs, because she said, I think that you said that she said that you was in her DMs for a while, and then she finally responded, or she finally went to go DM you, but she had found messages from you a while ago. So, sir, I'm confused. And again, a relationship is a full-time job and a half sometimes, not a part-time job. And then to be a parent is an even more additive to this equation. and she gets left holding the bag. Not saying that her family is not going to support her, because absolutely her family is going to support her. But at the end of the day, don't do activities that will create a little person if you're not able to be in a relationship. Little boys say that a relationship is a part-time job. Grown men say, we had a baby, we got to deal with this. How are we going to work it out? Yeah, we might, let's just co-parent amicably, or whatever the case may be is. But little boys say that a relationship is part-time after you made a baby with a woman. That's what little boys say. So I'm going to need you to put on your big boy drawers, stand up a little bit, put on your big boy drawers, and let's do something else. What's your next relationship going to be about? What's your next relationship going to be like? So then he gets upset because he has a little, like, other people are commenting on his relationship with her, the statement that he put out, in particular Joe Buttons. So Joe Buttons said, I'm going to play the video after the fact. Joe Buttons was talking about how he's a corny, he's a clout chaser, this, that, and the third. We didn't know who he was before he got with her. Like, he said a lot of the things that we all been saying for a long time, but I guess it hits different because it's from a 40-year-old man, and it hit him differently. So now he got something to say. So he gets online after Joe Buttons made his comment on his podcast, because Joe Buttons talked about the same thing I'm talking about now. And Joe Buttons gets on his podcast, and he made the statements that we'll play at the end. And he put, what did he put? So he goes, dude got 30 years max of life left, and speaking on a relationship of people the same age as your son. Now, I don't know Ebonics, so I'm going to just try to get through this as much as possible. The same age as your son. You and Takeoff. I don't know what that means. I hope you forgot to take your magnesium pills today, you old BIT. Right? Then he says, I don't be tripping about this, the girls saying stuff, because I'm used to it. It's all love. But you NIGs with platforms gonna get a response for sure. That's what he said. I hate it. Then he put, pump it up went gold after 20 years, you old BITCH, I'm on you. That's what he said about what Joe Buttons said about him. I don't know if Joe Buttons responded yet, but this is going to be drawn out, of course. First of all, and not even only that argument with Joe Buttons is going to be drawn out, but this whole relationship breakup thing is going to be drawn out too. I don't know if this is a clout chasing move, because we haven't really heard anything from Halle yet. Only the fact that she supposedly scrubbed her Instagram of him. I'm not sure. I don't know what they doing. If they trying to draw attention to one another. I don't know. But I really hate to see it. I hate to see that this young girl is reduced to her relationship with this guy, and the fact that she had a baby with this guy. I hate to see it. I hate to see that we all really just know her of that. This girl was the first black Little Mermaid in Hollywood. She couldn't even, Disney stopped promoting her because she was pregnant. See how that works? Dimming the light. She had so much potential. She still does, but literally her whole light is reduced to her dating this kid. I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know if y'all agree with my sentiments about this. I'm gonna play the Joe Buttons, what he said on his podcast. Now, actually,
I've been asking myself for quite some time. Who the fuck is DDG? and why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up, so I don't get to keep seeing his name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. I don't even know enough about her. Like, I'm not her demo. Right. I'm not her demo either. But every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically in some type of clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way, and hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they've broken.
Well, she's extremely high profile. She's high profile.
Very high and very talented.
But I'm just stuck on why isn't he putting that statement out?
Well, he's not done putting statements out.
Oh.
Well, because he ain't looked down at his dick. Niggas with penises shouldn't speak that way. Hey, if you got a dick, when you pick up your phone, you shouldn't say, after careful consideration, me and my partner have decided to part ways. Please wish to give us the privacy that we carefully desire.
You can just break up in real life.
Well,
If you were confused, he's still going.
Okay,
right this second.
what's the next?
What?
Right this second. He's still going. He says, I am a grown man. I can make my own decisions. We chose to split because of personal reasons. Nah, it's not a skit. I'm not hurt, and I'm not missing out on anything. And her head game is trash as
Stop it.
LOL.
Stop it. It's not. It does
As
not
long
say
as my
that.
son good, I'm good.
Give me your phone.
You lying your ass off. He ain't say her head game nothing. No, he didn't say that.
And you saying her head game is trash, niggas is gonna go get their own account.
Yeah, we figured it out.
They gonna go find out on their own, number one. And number two, if it was that trash, why you snatched that cherry so fast, my boy? I mean, if her head was as bad as you say, that cherry didn't levitate long. Before you got in action, DDG.
First thing gonna let him know too. Hey,
You know what I know? You know the DDG I know? That was Jake the Snake's finishing move.
The DDT.
Whatever. I don't know about this new DDG that y'all talking about.
Shit.
That's not really my bag. I just think that homeboy has presented himself to be a clout chaser for the term of the relationship.
So now that y'all heard that and y'all heard what Joe Budden says, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about it. I mean, he's pretty much saying exactly what we've been saying for a while since they got together. He's pretty much saying the same thing. And I mean, we all feel like this kid is a clout chaser. I don't watch X or not X. I don't have Twitter, but I don't pay attention to this kid on his podcast and what they say and stuff like that. But I just think it's a little bit corny and it's a little bit lame that this is what her legacy is reduced to, her relationship with him and in the social media. Because before this, they wasn't really in the limelight, especially her. We seen Chloe a lot, you know, because Chloe be doing things and she be making moves and stuff, but not so much her. She was pretty much in the background, but now we always see her in the foreground. And I don't know if I like it for her. So it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that situation. We're going to move on to our last subject is Diddy. So Diddy and his lawyers were able to suppress, discovery regarding his federal, escapades, trafficking lawsuits, and it's going to be sealed. The material will not be posted online. I'm assuming that this is some really, really, really salacious events. His mom finally comes out and says that he's not the monster that is they putting out in the thing. But you one of those pick-me moms that would never think your son did anything bad. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll let the evidence speak for itself. But for now, a win is a win, and his lawyers were able to get the information suppressed and not put in. It's not going to be out in public. This stuff is going to be really salacious, I'm assuming, and the details of it. If it's anything like the pages that we read from Cassie's litigations, it's not good, and it's not looking good for him. So I don't know if y'all want to really hear all of this stuff, because the stuff that even Cassie posted was real graphic. It was really out there, and I don't know if it's something that I want to read or see or hear or listen to. To be honest, I want to know some of the details because it all makes for character understanding, but I don't know if I really actually want to see it and read it in the graphics of the details, because I'm telling y'all, there's this girl on TikTok that I'm watching. I can't remember her name. I seen her name the other day. I think it's something Chloe, something, I don't remember. But she really breaking it down. So I don't know if I really want to see that stuff, but it is what it is. So I'm going to read a little bit of statement, and y'all going to let me know what y'all think about it. It says, prosecutors and lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs have agreed on a protective order regarding case discovery that specific sealed material will not be posted online, including any social media sites such as Facebook or Twitter. Yes, so it says disclosure material shall not be disclosed by the defendant or defense counsel, including any successor counsel. Meaning, because he's changed his lawyers about, 3 times already? He's changed lawyers, so that's why that statement was put in there. Other than as set forth herein, and shall be used by the defense solely for purpose of defending against the charges in the above captioned case, included but not limited to preparation for trial and any sentencing appeals or collateral attack, which was commenced within a year of the exhaustion of the defendant's appellate rights. Involving the charges in the above captioned case, the defense shall not post any disclosure material that is not publicly available on the docket in the above captioned case on any internet sites or social media networks, including any social media sites such as Facebook or Twitter, to which persons other than the parties hereto have access, and shall not disclose any disclosure materials to the media. So that's pretty much what they said about that. I know stuff is still gonna end up out in the media in some way, shape, or form. It's just not gonna be the most graphic details and stuff like that. And honestly, I really don't want to know the most graphic details and things like that, because reading the stuff that he had done to Cassie alone was traumatizing enough for me. And a lot of statements that previous victims have already come out and made, and a lot of those case files and information, that was enough for me to know that I really don't want to read about any of that stuff. You know, I think it's just going to be a lot, and it's going to be too much, and I don't want to read about it. It's going to be traumatizing to me, and I don't want to be traumatized by somebody else's demons. That's just me. You know, as far as his mom getting online or getting, you know, saying that he is not the monster that the media or, you know, they trying to make him out to be, I feel like he's a monster. He might not be the monster that you think that the media is making him out to be, but he is a monster. I don't really care what you say, because there's too many victims. There's too many victims, too many things that for me to believe that he is the person that you want us to believe he is. The person that you have been caping for him, you know, for him for years, and behind him and backed him for years. Like every time you turn around, you know, and then even the statement, you know, people keep saying, oh, that's not the person I know, that's not the person I know. I understand that's not the person you know, but this is within him, because that's the person that somebody else knows him to be. So regardless if that's not the person you know, it's the person that is within him, and that's the person that somebody else knows him to be, period, point blank. Like, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I had a situation too, and there's a lot of people that say, oh, I didn't think that he was like that, he seemed so nice, da 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 da. Yeah, outwardly projection to the public, that's what they do. They want y'all to view them as these nice guys that can't do no wrong, they philanthropists, they do all of the things, they so nice, and so, but behind closed doors, we don't know what type of person they are. We don't know who they are behind closed doors. You definitely don't know who he is in a bedroom, because unless you've been in his bedroom, and as his mother, that would be very weird. So you don't know what he does behind closed doors. You don't know what he does when he's not around you. So yeah, he's not the monster that the public is making him out to be to you, but to other people, he is the monster that exactly the public is making him out to be. And I believe him as that too, because I've seen him in my eyes that he's been a menace for years. I followed him since when I was in New York, and I was like, it's something about him, something about his eyes just ain't sitting right. So it is what it is. And then on top of that, Tupac Shakur's family, they reopened an investigation on his unaliving and what connection it possibly might have to Puffy and all of this stuff that's going on, and all of the new information that has been emerging about this Puffy situation. I'm gonna play the video at the end of the video as well. There's a lot of speculation. Even the person who unalived Tupac, or Biggie, one of them, had came back out and resurfaced that, saying that he was hired by Puffy to do it. So that sparked a lot of traffic and a lot of information, and that will, you know, prompted Tupac's family to want to come out and reopen the case Because remember, they say that they did an investigation. The LA law enforcement said they did a thorough investigation. Even in that documentary that did about it, they said that they did a thorough investigation about the situation, and they said nothing, outside of them arresting a guy and that stuff, they said nothing warranted any further investigation. They had closed the case. So now with this new information emerging and everybody's pointing the finger at Diddy, they're going to open an investigation and reinvestigate the case. I'll play the video for that. But thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death.
The family of Tupac Shakur is